It's been just over a week since the Texas Tech football team started looking for a new head coach, but the search is already over. Coming up, we'll have details about the Red Raiders' new leadership.
There are many different organizations on campus for students to get involved and connected with the Tech community. But one student group offers students an experience that could turn into a future career serving our country. MCTV's Jay McCauley has an in-depth look at Texas Tech's Army ROTC.
And the Texas Tech men's and women's basketball teams were in action over the weekend, but only one team brought home a victory. MCTV's Paige Sachse has a look at scores and highlights from the games, along with more details on football's new coach in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Avery Fenton.
And I'm Alma Bustamante. After only a week without a head football coach, Texas Tech Athletics made a huge announcement late last week.
That's right, Alma. On Thursday night, former Utah State head coach Matt Wells was officially hired as the next leader of the Red Raiders. The announcement was made through a press release on Thursday night, ending Texas Tech's coaching search only 5 days after previous head coach Cliff Kingsbury was fired. Following the announcement, Wells made plans to head to Lubbock for a special introductory press conference on Saturday morning at the United Supermarkets Arena. Wells addressed the crowd and talked about his vision for the future of Red Raider football.
A player-led team can be great. Coach-led team can only take a talent so far. Okay? We're going to recruit talented young men, and that talent can only take us so far when a coach leads them. But when players lead, I didn't say it was a player-run program. There's a difference. It's a player-led program. Watch out. Special things can happen.
Coming up later in sports, MCTV's Paige Sachse will have more details on new coach Matt Wells.
In other news, the holiday season is officially underway here on campus after the Tech community came out for one of the biggest traditions of the year. On Friday, the 60th annual Carol of Lights ceremony took place in the Science Squad on the west side of Memorial Circle. Starting at 6:30 p.m., the Saddle Tramps, Mask Rider, and High Riders kicked off the celebration with a torch light processional. Members of the university's combined choirs and the Tech Trombone Choir then led the crowd in the singing of Christmas carols, leading up to the big moment when 25,000 holiday lights were turned on instantaneously, lighting up the main entrance to campus. During the event, special guest Dr. Bill Dean spoke about the importance of the tradition. Dean was in attendance for the very first Carol of Lights and helped flip the switch that lit up the campus. If you were unable to attend this year's ceremony, the 2019 edition of Carol of Lights is scheduled for Tuesday, December 3rd.
Carol of Lights is not the only event taking place on campus to get Tech community into the Christmas spirit. Earlier today, the TTU Graduate School held their 6th annual holiday open house in the administration building. Starting at 10 a.m., faculty, staff, and students were invited to stop by Suite 328 to enjoy snacks, food, and drinks provided by the Graduate School. Attendees were then invited to stay and mingle with members of the grad school staff and administrators, as well as fellow grad students. Staff members in the grad school also took time to decorate office doors to help get the attendees into this holiday spirit. Today's open house wrapped up at 11:30 a.m.
One campus group is getting into the holiday spirit by taking time to give back to the local community. The Student Activities Board hosted a special event called Letters to Santa last Thursday in the Sub. During the event, staff set up across from Copy Mail and asked passersby to stop by and write a special note to residents of Buckner's Children's Home. Students were asked to write the letters from the point of view of Santa, Mrs. Claus, or other residents of the North Pole. Each of the letters was then delivered by student volunteers during the Breakfast with Buckner event that took place on Saturday morning. Letters from Santa was one of the final events of SAB's fall schedule. Staff is wrapping up the semester's activity with their Winter Wonderland event on Wednesday. Winter Wonderland will include free coffee, hot chocolate, and test supplies just in time for finals. Attendees will even have a chance to decorate a cookie to eat or gift to someone else. The Winter Wonderland event is scheduled to take place from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the Red Raider Ballroom and is free with a student ID.
Speaking of finals, there's less than 4 days before students will begin taking exams. With that in mind, several campus groups took the opportunity to encourage students to make the right choice when facing the end of the semester's stress. On Thursday, the TTU Ethics Center, in coordination with the Student Government Association and Dunkin' Donuts, hosted the Donut Cheat event outside the sub from 10 a.m. to noon. Students could stop by and take a pledge to uphold the academic integrity policy before finals. As part of the policy, students are encouraged to practice the principles of honesty and responsibility by not cheating on exams. Students taking the pledge could sign a banner in the free speech area and pick up free donuts and stress relievers. The Donut Cheat event was a first-time event organized by the TTU Ethics Center.
Over the weekend, the Lubbock area was hit hard by gust winds that brought a cold front to the area on Friday. Wind gusts reached nearly 50 miles per hour on Friday afternoon and Saturday evening.
That's true, Alma. The wind calmed down yesterday afternoon, but it still left much cooler temperatures in place to start the week. So is this just the beginning of even colder conditions to come? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV tower cam has been showing lots of sun today, but we've also seen quite a few clouds moving through the area. Temperatures have been cool most of the day, with highs only expected to reach the upper 40s before sunset. Cooler conditions will continue tonight with temperatures expected to drop below freezing after midnight. Tomorrow, it looks like we can expect a repeat of today's conditions with partly cloudy skies and highs back in the upper 40s. Wednesday shouldn't be much different, but we'll see a slight warm up in the late afternoon. Wednesday will also bring a return of some breezy conditions, and that will make it feel cooler throughout the day. But on Dead Day, we may see some changes in the forecast with a chance of rain right around sunrise. Those showers may stick around the area until mid-morning, but after that, we'll see mostly sunny skies the rest of the day. But beyond the sun, Thursday will be a cold day with temperatures only climbing into mid-40s late in the day. Heading into the end of the week, the first day of finals will kick off with wintry conditions. Right now, there's a chance of rain and sleet to start the day, and then we'll see rainy conditions continue through nightfall. Temperatures are expected to stay in the 20s and 30s all day, and with the rain, it will be a very cold day. After sunset, temperatures will begin to drop, and we may see a return of freezing rain around midnight, but after that, the forecast is currently calling for a chance of snow early Saturday morning. There probably won't be much accumulation, so if you want to see snow, you'll need to get up before sunrise. The rest of the day on Saturday will again be cold with cloudy skies and highs in the low 40s. We can also expect to see temperatures in the low 20s on Saturday night. Heading into Sunday, cold temperatures will stay in the forecast, with highs only reaching the upper 40s late in the afternoon. Looking ahead, a return of the sun and mild temperature are in the forecast to finish out the last week of the fall semester.
You may have seen them in uniform on the third floor of the NCOM building or maybe somewhere else on campus. Texas Tech has its own Army Reserve Office Training Corps.
MCTV's Jay McCauley joins us in studio and has more on this unique group of students. Jay?
Brave, heroic, proud, fearless, all of the good words to describe our military, but before they go up to become leaders in the Army, they're cadets that go through real-world exercises to prepare them for battle on the front lines.
So today we're doing our field training exercises. So we get everybody outside in some actual tactical environment and let them learn the basic lanes and missions.
Texas Tech ROTC put on their annual field exercise known as an FTX. The outdoor activity allows the cadets to showcase all they've learned so far and apply those skills on the field.
Tech ROTC is one of the best programs in Big 12 in my opinion. I feel like we continue to grow every single year. We have passionate young people that come in here and willing to learn, and we have a lot of experience and a lot of prior service who can shed some great experience.
The Army has been protecting freedom in the U.S. since June 14, 1775. It's that freedom that led some of these cadets to serve their country.
I have so much freedom and privilege privilege just living here in America, and I wanted to return the favor in my best capacity.
According to Visual Capitalist, there are nearly 200,000 troops currently deployed overseas in 177 countries. Though it may seem daunting to be on the front lines, protecting freedom in the U.S. outweighs that intimidation.
It's just one of those sacrifices that a lot of us make, and we're all willing to do it. So I understand the dangers of it, per se, but I am very excited to serve my country.
Cadet Battalion Executive Officer Slaughter says he hopes that his leadership role will have a lasting effect on the Army cadets.
I just hope that they can take my experiences, learn from them good and bad, and then that I can just help mentor them to become good leaders.
After speaking with these cadets, it's clear to me why they joined. They want to serve their country and be a part of something greater than themselves. For more information on Texas Tech ROTC, visit armyrotc.ttu.edu. Back to you, Alma.
Thanks, Jay. With finals starting Friday, that means the holiday break is just around the corner. If you're looking for a way to get home but don't plan to drive or fly, there may be one other option for you. Tickets for the Holiday Break Shuttle are currently on sale. The Holiday Break Shuttle takes students from the Tech campus to destinations in Austin, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. This year's Holiday Break Shuttle is scheduled to leave the band lot behind the sub on Thursday, December 13th and return to campus on Sunday, January 13th. One-way tickets for the trips are $109 to and from Austin and San Antonio, $103 for Dallas, and $119 for Houston. The annual Holiday Break Shuttle is organized by the Office of Parent and Family Relations. If you would still like to purchase a ticket for one of this year's trips, visit breakshuttle.com.
If you're hitting the highways in your own vehicle over the break, there's some important info you might want to keep in hand. Each year, the Texas Tech Parents Association creates a list of members of the Texas Tech community who are available to assist students on the road. This list includes options throughout the country, all willing to help students with car troubles, directions, or even to offer a place to wait out a storm. If you do run into trouble during the break, just visit texastechparents.org and click on Road Raiders Safe Travel.
As we mentioned earlier, the Texas Tech football team is gearing up for their next season with a new leader at the helm.
MCTV's Paige Sachse joins us in the studio with more details on the hire, along with a look at the latest scores and highlights from Tech Athletics. Paige?
Thanks, Avery and Alma. It's been an exciting week for Texas Tech and college sports in general. Starting off, let's talk about the new hire, Matt Wells. On November 29th, Texas Tech confirmed the hire of Matt Wells, the former head coach for Utah State. Taking a look at his coaching resume, Coach Wells was the offensive coordinator for Utah State, his alma mater, under Gary Anderson during their 11-2 record in 2012. He was later moved up to head coach and received his first of 2 Mountain West Coach of the Year awards in 2013. He has a 44-34 overall head coaching record and has led Utah State to 4 bowls. Coach Wells has brought some new staff for the upcoming year, offensive coordinator David Yost and defensive coordinator Keith Patterson. Texas Tech is hoping for a fresh start for the football team, and Wells said in the meeting with the players that all he wants from the team is to take a chance on him and his staff. Texas Tech basketball has officially started for the year, and both the men's and women's teams have started off strong. The men's team is on a 7-0 early start to the season. Recently, the team left Kansas City, Missouri as the Hall of Fame tournament champions with a major win against the ranked number 25 Nebraska, and beat Memphis and Miami, Florida on Saturday. It was a very tough game for the Red Raiders, being behind on the first half and coming back and winning 78-67. Tariq Owens has become a household name among Tech fans, recording a double-double with 13 points and 11 rebounds. He also set a new single-game record of 8 blocked shots. The grad transfer from St. John's seems to be a great addition to the team. Jarrett Culver led the team with the 20 points and 6 assists and 6 rebounds during the Memphis game, helping lead the team to their 7th win this season. The men's team is no longer under the radar and came into the week finally in the rankings at number 13, according to the AP Top 25 poll. The Red Raiders are set to play Arkansas Pine Bluff on Wednesday at 6:30, so if you're in Lubbock, head over to the USA. If not, you can catch the game on Fox Sports Southwest Plus. Moving on to women's basketball, the Lady Raiders are 5-2, starting the season off strong as well. They recently had a big win against SFA last Wednesday, 77-69. Sydney Goodson was a key component of the game, going 4 for 4 on the field and 2 for 2 on the perimeter, scoring 10 points in the first quarter. The 13-point lead going into the half went down to just 3 points, but momentum picked up with freshman Chrislyn Carr eventually setting a career high of 23 points. Next, the Lady Raiders hit the road to Gainesville, Florida, where they faced the Florida Gators. Going into the half, where they were tied up 24-24. The rest of the game was point for point, a true nail-biter to the finish, and they unfortunately came up short 72-67. Some good results from the game, though. 3 Lady Raiders scored in the double figures, and junior Brittany Brewer scored 28 points and recorded 13 rebounds. They're set to play again on the road against Nevada on December 15th. The College Football Playoff Committee officially announced the rankings yesterday, and for the second straight year leaving Ohio State out in the cold. There are major debates on whether it was the right choice or not. The rankings look pretty familiar as far as the top 2 teams being Alabama and Clemson, and we have Notre Dame at number 3 and Oklahoma at number 4. Clemson and Notre Dame will be playing at AT&T Stadium on December 29th for the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, and Alabama and Oklahoma will battle it out in Florida for the Capital One Orange Bowl the same day. Clearly an exciting weekend for college football, but that's all for sports, and I hope everyone has a great holiday break, and we'll be back to catch up on Tech athletics in the spring. Back to you, Avery and Alma.
Thanks, Paige. So, Alma, how ready are you for this holiday break?
I am pretty ready. I'm graduating in December, so I'm pretty excited about that. Okay. How about you?
Oh, I'm so excited. Christmas is my favorite holiday, so I'm very excited as well.
Thanks.
But that's all for today's edition of MCTV Weekday Update.
Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. Have a great Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the spring.